What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Season 1 long-range meta. So today we're going to be using the MetaGen tool on true game data to calculate the meta. Basically what this does is looks at all the weapons in the game that are viable for either close range or long range automatic. You can select your squad size, whether or not you want to force the weapons to have suppressors, what sort of laser visibility you're okay with or not okay with, and then you can specify certain stats that you want to weight differently. So by default, it calculates what I believe is the meta, but then if you want to tweak that, if you think that aim down sight time is more important than what my default settings calculate for, you can say, okay, this is more important, so I'm going to slide this up. Same for all these stats. I have pretty much every stat in here. So if you want builds that have really high ADS movement speed, you could like weight this stat ADS movement speed all the way up to the right, and then run the MetaGen tool with those weightings. So obviously, in order for MetaGen to work, I have to have all the stats on the website, and I am excited to say that we have been working our absolute butts off over here at TGD getting all the data. So now every single attachment, there's 21,400 attachments in this game, and I have gathered the stats for every single one of those attachments. They are up on TGD for all, it's like 220 weapons at this point are in Warzone. So all of that is live on True Game Data. You can sort through it by game on here, pick which one you want to look at, and all that's in the comparison tool now. So you'll notice over here on the left, MetaGen is currently blocked. I just got that working like an hour ago, so it's just not quite live on the site yet or in the apps, but hopefully tomorrow it will be. I just wanted to make this video even before it's live, just so I can give you guys the update that all the data is up to date and MetaGen's coming very, very soon. So with all that said, I've covered this in my previous two videos, but we've extended this out. So right now we're running a Black Ops 6 / Black Friday promo where a year-long subscription to True Game Data is an extra 15% off. It's already 30% off of the monthly fee, and then we're doing an extra 15% off until the 29th of this month. So if you want to get that, that will help support me, support Christina. She's the other developer that works on the site. And like I said, we've been absolutely grinding to get all this data out, and everyone in the community uses this. Like all the other websites get their data through my API, other creators use my website and all that. So if you're supporting me, you're like supporting everybody kind of. So we really, really appreciate that. When you guys support, it makes it so I can just make YouTube videos that I'm just honest in. I don't have to be sensationalist and clickbaity because I have a separate source of income. So we really appreciate that, but I'll get back into it and show you guys the long range meta. All right, so I'm back in MetaGen here. This is the hidden one that you guys can't see yet, but like I said, this will be up probably tomorrow. I'm going to leave this default. I will show you the results both with weapon suppression on and with it off. So I'm just going to run find my meta. You'll see it calculating up on the top. Normally you stay on the page, but right now because it's not quite live yet, it just takes me back to the home page. So let's go look at the results here and see what it says. So I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys here. All right, so we've got the XM4 up at the top. So this buffer weight stock was just added. I think it's pretty difficult to unlock. I have not actually looked yet, but it's almost like an aftermarket part from what we had in Modern Warfare 3, but for Black Ops 6. So it has its own unique challenge to unlock. It goes on the XM4, I believe the XMG, and the DM10. You can use it on all three of those weapons, and it's kind of massively OP. So if we add this to the comparison, let me go look at this. So if you look at what this does, the buffer weight stock down here, 32% gun kick, 60% horizontal recoil, 30% vertical recoil. Now, obviously, it hurts your ADS time and your ADS movement a lot, but when you're doing a long-range gun on the big map, like 60% horizontal recoil is insane. That's the most we've ever had on any attachment. It makes the XM4 just an absolute laser, so it is 100% worth it, and it is now the best weapon in Warzone for sure. Second place, we have the GPR 91. It is also very solid, very easy to control. So suppressor, reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 3. Great weapon as well. Third place, AK-74. Same build again. So the Black Ops 6 guns all have very, very similar builds because the attachments are way, way more similar. Fourth place, we have the Ames 85. Again, basically the same build, but with overpressured to get it a little bit more bullet velocity. And then in the gold position, we have the Deter 30-06. So that is just 9.42, pretty good. That's the highest of any of the old guns, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. And they are actually decently balanced. There's a few that are viable. Deter is one of them. So we got the Spirit Fire Suppressor, Extend 10 long barrel, 40 round mag, and then the Rifleman 200 stock. All the attachments from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 have been completely reworked. So like I said, I had to regather everything. I didn't want to make any assumptions, so all the damage profiles have been 100% regathered by me and Christina. It's like 220 damage profiles plus all the conversion kits and all the akimbo and all the things that change damage profiles. So it's probably somewhere around 300 damage profiles we gathered in like 3 days. It was an absolute grind. We did it in Plunder. And then also the 21,000 attachments all had to be gathered as well. So all that is up on TGD now. So after the deter, we have the Model L and the Silver Place, 9.38. Anything over like 9 is a viable weapon, a very good weapon that you could use in Warzone. So again, same build there, Suppressor, Reinforced Vertical Foregrip, and Extended Mag 3. TAC 56, this is a Modern Warfare 2 gun, and it's actually very good. I was using this the other day because I don't have the new guns unlocked, because I've been working rather than playing, so I don't have any of the new guns unlocked, and the TAC 56 was probably my favorite. I liked it a little more than the Deter. VT7 Spiritfire, 17.5 Tundra Pro Barrel, Kimura Rin Vertical Grip. All the vertical grips do the same thing now for the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 guns. So you don't have to pick that one specifically. Just any of them will work. 60 round mag, very solid gun, very easy to control. And then after that, TAC Eradicator is also very, very good, 9.16. VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor, Conquer 70 Long Barrel, Kimura Rin Vertical Grip, and then the FSS Combat Grip. Excellent weapon there. Alright, so one of the delays in MetaGen being live was the fact that it needs the recoil plots for all the weapons in order to function, and like I said, I didn't want to make any assumptions. They said they changed recoil a little bit when they integrated the Modern Warfare 2 weapons into Modern Warfare 3, so I wanted to retest everything, and we have now done that. That's how my MetaGen is ready to go. So on TGD, you can now see the recoil plots and the recoil rates of all of the weapons in Warzone. It's like 220 weapons again. It's only the recoil plots are only there for weapons that are either automatic or burst or things like that, where they can actually show a recoil pattern rather than all the shots in like one spot. So like snipers and marksman rifles and things sometimes don't have recoil plots, but that just means that the recoil isn't even worth looking at. So all the ones that are valid to be on here are on here now. So you can see the recoil rates up at the top. This is essentially how much recoil it feels like the gun has. That is how fast you have to move your mouse to correct for that recoil on average, or how far down you have to hold the stick in order to correct for that recoil. So XM4 with the MetaGen build is only 72 recoil rate. GPR 91 is 147, so basically twice the amount of recoil in terms of how it feels, but really anything under like 150 is pretty manageable, so not a huge big deal there that it has extra recoil compared to the XM4. AK-74 120, and then the AIM's 85 86.6. So all that is up on TGD now as well. Alright, so I want to show you guys how MetaGen comes out when you don't force it to use a suppressor on the weapons. So surprisingly, it actually thinks the GPR 91 is better when you put the compensator on there. So the compensator, reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 3 comes out 10 out of 10, best score. Second place then is the XM4. It does reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 3, buffer weight stock. That's surprising to me. I would have expected the XM4 to still be on top. But I do want to mention here, so obviously these are only 4 attachments. People always ask why are there only 4 attachments. Well, most of the time you're using an optic for long range. So in order to keep the calculation times down, because this is like tens of millions of calculations that go into the MetaGen output, we just restrict it to 4 because most people are using an optic, and you can just pick your favorite optic. So we will hopefully have Gunfighter soon. I don't want to guarantee that we'll have Gunfighter with all 8 attachments on here, because every time you add one more attachment slot, or even just one more attachment, it's the amount of added calculations that are introduced because of that is just exponential. So if we have 8 attachment slots, we'll see if it's capable of it. I have not even tried to program it yet, but soon enough I will, and I'll probably figure it out. I tend to be pretty clever, so I'll probably figure out a way to make it work, but I don't want to guarantee it. I do want to say that that's probably coming soon though. If you want to go one step deeper beyond just what MetaGen says, my favorite thing to do with this is to take whatever the top weapons were, so like GPR, XM4, AK-74, Model L, Krig C, take those, add them to the comparison. So I would just add all these to the comparison. And then after I've got them added, I would go use the True TTK simulation tool. Now I did this 2 videos ago. I'm not going to go in super deep depth here, but basically I'll show you what it does here. So we've got all those added here. We're going to do TTK, 300 health. We're going to include bullet travel time. You can put ADS time or sprint to fire if you want to kind of show those cases and look at those cases as well. And then you select what input you have, and then you can input your accuracies. So I don't have my accuracies for these. I did it in the last video. I know my XM4 was crazy. It was like 74% or something. And then the other ones were all around like 50, 53, 54. So I'm just going to plug in some numbers so you can see this. and then you press simulate. And what this does is it extrapolates out from the firing range a realistic TTK for all ranges for those weapons. So you can see that it doesn't look anything like a normal TTK chart, because not only does it just have damage drop-offs and bullet velocity, bullet travel time, it's actually including your accuracy stats. So it takes your accuracy at 50 meters, and then it will extrapolate that out for all the ranges. It's not perfect, and none of this stuff is a perfect science, but this really does give you the best possible way, to the most realistic way to get what your actual meta would be. So I know, because my XM4 was so accurate, that of course it's going to come out on top. You can see it just kills way faster than everything else, pretty much the whole range, anything past 20 meters, because obviously up close, all these things are going to be accurate. Inside 20 meters, I hit all my shots with all of them on a non-moving target. But then out at longer ranges, because the XM4 is so accurate, it just has a much better real actual time to kill. And then engagement probability by distance, this will basically sum up these TTKs across this curve. So you put the peak of the curve around where you think most of your engagements happen, so like 35 meters, and then standard deviation just changes how tight this distribution is around that point. So if you think all your engagements happen right at 40 meters, you can go, okay, put this at 40, and then put standard deviation at like 7. Then you'll have a really tight distribution around 40 meters. You press calculate, and that will give you a single number over here on the right that is basically the summed up TTK, using this as a weighting factor. So everything around this 40 meter mark is going to get weighted super, super high on this chart. And then everything from 0 up to 20 is basically 0. And then everything from 60 up to 100 is basically 0 as well. So it gives you this weighted average at a specific distance for your specific accuracy that's been simulated across all ranges. So this is the real best way to do it, is to actually test these. There is an instructional video on this page. These are all premium features. So if you want to really, really know what you're the best with, this is the best way to do it. I just realized I've had my settings all screwed up because I was doing testing earlier for the video, so I apologize about the choppiness, but that is it for the video. As always, the best way to support, get access to all the tools I used in this video, as well as more tools like the best stat tool, shots to kill calculator, or if you just want to support my YouTube channel, support all the work that we do for the whole community, premium subscriptions are always the best way to do that. We have this promo going on until the 29th. This is the Black Ops 6 release / Black Friday promo. Extra 15% off the year-long subscriptions on top of the already 30% off that they are. So you're getting pretty close to 50% off of the monthly subscription just to get a full year. But that is it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.